Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300, and we're going to do the lower chrome delete installation for the rear for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation for the rear panel, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the entire rear panel. Link for the product will be provided below. So with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before you start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the panel. So all you need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in a spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and make sure to remove any contaminants that the rear panel may have. So make sure you clean the top and lower section. And after you're done prepping the panel, make sure everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the panel. So we're going to start by installing the piece that covers the lower section of the panel first. So when you notice, when you have the film, it's going to have these cut out on the top edges of the film. Those cutouts, you align them to the circular section of the lower section of the lower panel. So start from one end. So what you could do is place the film, align it on one curved section, follow the body line, and you're only covering the lower section of the panel. So I'll show you what I mean right now. So when you're placing the film, you're only covering this curved section. You're going to notice there's a body line here. So that's the body line you're going to follow. And it should end roughly around the bottom here. And the rest covers underneath the bottom here. Help the film tack down around the curve. If you do have fingers, lift the film carefully to remove those fingers and then tack it back down. So just like this. So secure this whole lower section and finish off aligning the rest on the other side. So now that you have this piece aligned to the curve, lift the rest of the film, follow the design as you go, and just place the film. And just take your time when you're placing it. Follow the body line, tack it down. It should feel flat. Still hold the film with your other hand and just follow the design. So help it tack down and then just finish it off on the last one. Once you finish placing the film, grab your squeegee, start tacking everything down. And you can also apply heat to help it tack down around the curved areas here, just to help it sit more better. But first, remove all the air as much as possible, and then you can apply heat. So now apply heat to help tack down everything. For the lower piece, there is a gap between the chrome and the lower section of the bumper. You could insert your blade and trim off the extra material from there. Just make sure you go all around, taking your time until you remove all that extra material. And then once you're done removing the extra material, you can move on with the next piece. So you would just go around and then you would just remove the film, just like that. So just do it all throughout the entire piece until you're done, and then move on to the next piece. For the next piece that covers the top section of the chrome here, it's almost the same as how we did with the bottom. The only thing is now we just align it to this middle section here. So align it right in the middle and make sure you give yourself material to cover the chrome on top. Right around there. Have coverage on top. Place the film, continue on with the rest, and then just follow on throughout here. So lift it carefully, keep it aligned, tack it down, cover the chrome on top, and follow through to the bottom, just like that. Grab your squeegee, start securing the film, and then we're going to apply heat around the curved area. That way we help the film tack down and avoid having any fingers. So you can start applying heat throughout this middle section as long as everything's secured and there's no fingers or air bubbles. And then apply heat in the curve, let the film cool down, and with your finger, go side to side. That way we help it sit and avoid having fingers, and it should feel flush, no fingers. And then the same steps that were done for this side, you finish it off on the other end. So there's going to be a piece that covers the lower panel here. So with this one, align it where you left off, so roughly around here. place the film and go all around until you reach to this end here. Lift the film carefully, grab your squeegee and start tacking down the lower section here. And you can also apply a little bit of heat to help it tack down around the curve, since it is the curved area here. So hold the film, apply heat, let the film cool down just a bit, and then tack it down. And do the same for the rest here. Use your finger, tack everything down. And then just continue until you finish the bottom section. Grab your squeegee and just finish it off. And then don't forget about the top section. Apply heat. And use your squeegee to tack it down on top here. And then this excess material will get trimmed off. So there is an outline here that you can use as a guide in order to insert your blade and trim off this excess material that we don't need. So find that gap and trim off the excess material. And now continue to install the piece that goes on the side, and then we'll move on to the last piece afterwards with this. So now with the next one, let's place the film down, align it to the curve like this. Make sure you have material to cover the chrome here. Everything's covered, and then just follow through with the rest of the chrome. And if you need to lift it and readjust it, you can. Just lift it carefully to readjust it. And it should cover everything here. This part here, we're going to lift it and carefully squeegee it at a 45-degree angle in order to not crease the film. And then don't forget about the bottom. Hold the film and tack it down like that. And remove any air bubbles that are underneath the film. You could always lift it to remove the air bubble and tack it back down. Apply heat to start securing this whole section and wrap it underneath. And then don't forget about this side. Make sure to tack it down and remove all the air. If you need to release the air, remember you could lift the film and tack it back down to release the air. And just finish off with the rest. Excess material on top, find the gap like how we did it on this side, and just carefully trim off all this material that we don't need. And then the same steps that were done for these two pieces, you will repeat it to the other end. And then we move on to the middle piece. So when it comes to the other side of the panel of the curve, this section here has this cutout. So it's different from the previous one that was installed. So when you do this one, all you need to do is align it to the edge where it leaves off. So connect it there, place the film, and it should wrap around here to cover everything else here. So that's the only difference, that you would start from this end for this one. And then just grab your squeegee and make sure to remove all the air that's trapped underneath the panel. And with this one, since it does have the cutout here, you can trim it off in order for you to have access for this section here. So first secure everything, apply heat so we can help the adhesive on the film activate faster. And when it's ready to get trimmed, find the gap, insert your blade, and just cut right in the center in between the gap. And now this will have access to open if necessary, and it will still be blacked out. And then just don't forget to trim off the extra material on the bottom if you have any. So there's a gap here too. Remove the extra material, and then just continue on installing the middle piece, and then you're done. So when it comes to installing the last piece, you can start by placing the film and aligning it in this middle section here, and just make sure you give yourself enough material to cover the lower section here. So make sure it's aligned. If it's not aligned, lift it carefully and realign the film. So you want to make sure you cover the chrome here and you have coverage on the bottom. So lift it and realign it, and then everything else should just fall into place just like that. So as you can see, it covers there. Lift it here and just finish off with the rest. Once you place the film, grab your squeegee, start tacking down everything. Remove all the air underneath the film. And if you have extra material here, we will trim it off after. But first, we secure the entire panel. So So once you finish squeegeeing, apply heat to the entire panel. That way we help it tack down faster. If you do have a little bit of air, lift the film and remove the air, and then just seal everything. There's a gap on top. Insert the blade right in the middle of the gap, and you could trim off this excess material that we don't need. And then for this one, it overlaps here perfectly. Just don't forget to trim off the excess material in the cutout here. And then remove the excess material we don't need. And any excess material that we have here, trim it off. And you just go all around, and that's pretty much it. And now that we're done, we move on to post heating the entire panel. So once you finish with the whole installation, you will grab your heat gun and start applying heat throughout the entire panel. Make sure you apply heat evenly. That will help the adhesive on the film activate faster. And then once you're done applying heat to the entire panel, you're done with the installation. So just take your time doing this part, go all over the film, and then you should be good. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the rear lower chrome delete installation for the 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.